Hi, this is Julie. It's my third update. I want to thank you for supporting this GoFundMe request for help litigating, for those of you who have. And over the last few days, I've sort of set into the motion where I'm feeling just resigned. And I guess when you feel resigned, things change in your head. You realize there's not a lot left to lose. I don't have the money to be defending myself. The plaintiff has endless sums of money. And so perhaps I should just be telling a story and explaining how it is and, instilling a little bit of fear in other bloggers and writers, and understanding that the judicial system is not necessarily what we think it is and that anything can happen. So I had been anonymous as Lost Messiah for two and a half years prior to being sued. I had posted the articles on May 1st and 2nd of 2016. And in January of 2018, I had stopped blogging. I had decided it was a little too emotionally straining and I was becoming too invested. And it was time to let it go. I didn't really check much on the site except for checking the email periodically. And in 2018, in August, I get a phone call from the plaintiff's lawyer asking me to take down one of the two blog posts that I had put up. The other one had apparently been taken down by WordPress, but that's not what he said. When I asked him how he found me, he said Google. Now, I had been very well covered, so that was obviously frightening. And in trying to investigate how he found me, I found that one of the two articles had been posted to another site in January of 2018. I contacted the other site by way of its main page to find out exactly why and how they had that article up, and was told because there had been an attempt at taking it down. Now, I have no way to know who created that site, or even if the plaintiff's lawyer didn't create it himself, because it obviously then restarted the clock on the statute of limitations if indeed I had republished, but I hadn't. If indeed I had some sort of control or dominion over that site, which I didn't, and which I don't. And it gave them the perfect opportunity to restart a clock to set me up. I have no way to know that that's not what happened because I don't know anything about that site, and I don't suspect I ever will know very much about that site. I also don't suspect that, given the way the courthouse works in Kings County and the clout of this particular law firm as well as of the plaintiff, I don't suspect that any of this is ever going to be fair. So I've sort of come to a realization that defending myself may very well just be speaking out, whatever happens. What I do have to say is that this can happen to anyone. That if the date that's on the top of a post is not listed as the date, then the statute of limitations in New York means nothing. And if somebody can misidentify you as another site, a sort of reverse identity theft, then you could be blamed for anything. I dare say I would probably be having an easier time if I had been accused of murder holding to where I was at a particular time than I'm having proving that I'm not this other site. Because how does one prove they're not something? It's proving a negative that's next to impossible. So I'm going to continue to tell this story. I don't think this is going to end so fast, but I'd really appreciate it if you donate to the GoFundMe, so at least I could pay for my defense as best as it can be. I have a great lawyer. He takes everything from that GoFundMe. I don't want any of it. He's a marvelous defamation lawyer, but this is not about defamation. And at least not anymore if it was to begin with. And here we are. So thanks for listening.